Do you remember this? Could be absolutely incredible, but we will see. I still haven't gone on to Xplane yet, so what can I say? What a complete and utter... Welcome to another video on the Dreams of Wings channel, and this one is very different. If you haven't already guessed from the intro, this will be the first time that I have flown Xplane in a video, and actually the fourth time I've actually flown Xplane in real life, in reality. And I'll explain that more in the video. First of all, I want to start this by thanking a couple of people. First and foremost, I really want to thank Spark Smudge. Sparky, you're a legend, sir, and I appreciate very much that you have given me the opportunity to give Xplane a try. If you don't know who Sparky is, I'm surprised, but he is a legend. He is on SkyloungeTV. He streams on there, and he flies anything. I've seen him fly airliners, GA, Spitfires, helicopters, and in fact this came about because I was watching him fly a helicopter in Florida in Xplane using some Orbex scenery, and I was pretty blown away by it. It just looked very realistic, it looked very smooth, and we just got chatting in his stream, and it transpired, or I mentioned to him that I'd never flown it, but that one day I intended to get round to it, and he said give it a try, and he effectively gave me a copy of it. So thank you very much, Sparky, much appreciated, mate, and I'm looking forward to future flights with it. Also want to thank Marty Arant. Now Marty works for Laminar Research. He gave Sparky some copies of Xplane to give out to the community. This isn't a corporate gig. I've not been given this by Laminar Research to do a review or anything like this. This is really just Sparky being a nice guy, giving me a copy so that I can experience Xplane. And so what this video is really my first full flight in Xplane, and it's completely out of the box. There's no add-ons. Normally I'm using, for example, Chaseplane for cameras, Orbex for scenery, Active Sky for weather. This is pure Xplane out of the box. And I did one little flight just to get some graphic settings set up. Just a short thing, literally took off, flew a circuit, came back. And I've got to say I was pretty blown away by what I saw. So I'm excited to get on with this and see what it looks like. So today's flight, we're going to take off from Southampton. We're going to fly from Southampton International down to Bournemouth, do a touch and go at Bournemouth, and then go on to Compton Abbas. And we're going to use the stock Cessna 172. In Xplane. This is a route that I've flown before in the Mustang. If you've seen the video on the Mustang, I'm trying to remember the title of it. I'm sure it was something very artistic, but it was along the lines of taming a wild warbird. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's well worth it. So yeah, that's what this is about. This is my first experience, you coming along for the ride of Xplane, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here we are on the main screen. If you have used Xplane before, this is something that you're used to. I kind of like it, even though I don't fly airliners. I quite like this kind of nighttime cockpit view. It looks pretty cool. So let's set up our flight. We're going to go for a new flight. They've got some amazing aircraft on here. I mean, you've got the Phantom, amazing. You've got the Skyhawk with the glass cockpit, G1000, Cirrus Vision, King Air, lovely, Stinson L5 Sentinel, you've got a glider, and if you're into your airliners, you've got 737, 747 and an MD-82. That's pretty cool. I've never really gotten into airliners, so I'll be leaving those alone, maybe have a bit of a laugh with one of them, but today we're going to take the Skyhawk. We're going to go from Southampton here. Ideally I'd like to start on the apron somewhere, but it doesn't seem to give that option. Maybe there's a way of doing that. If there is, leave in the comments below. Maybe this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay. It's amazing. That's quite intuitive. I like that. Special starts. What's that? This is the get me lost. Oh, no. No. Right. Start there. Weather, Cirrus. Happy with the time. Okay, let's go. Yeah, ignore that. I use the gamepad for my views on Xplane. I will miss Xplane on this flight, I have to say. I love it for P3D. I use it quite heavily in my videos, so you won't get much in the way of cinematics, but we will have a play with the views once we get up there. So we'll ignore that, and we'll skip this bit. Okay, so here we are. We've started up in this bit. Look at that. Wow. It's pretty realistic. It's interesting. I'm used to the Orbex, which is obviously spot on. So these buildings don't really look anything like the real thing, but the animation on those ground vehicles is, considering this is just out the box, wow. Okay, so first of all, we're pointing the wrong way with our engine started. We're not an airline and we're not going to do a pushback. So let's see if I can just shut everything down. Okay, avionics off. And let's have legs off. There we go. Try and do some semblance of a startup. Okay, now how do we move this around? There must be a way of rotating it, maybe. I'm looking for like a slew mode, or the equivalent of a slew mode. Could this be it? No, that's just view, isn't it? No, we don't want to change that. Funny enough, Y doesn't work. We can do something here. So there. Oh, there's AI traffic. Look at that. So that's us. Is there a way I can... No. Okay, we're just going to have to wing it around. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. I don't know how to do it. So you'll just have to bear with me on that. So let's wonder if I can remove the yoke for a second. So let's crack the throttle. I haven't got a checklist with me, so I'm just going to go through and do what I can. Set the master on. We have fuel set. Yeah, good. Okay, let's run the fuel pump just for a short while. And oh, left all our lights on. That's not very clever. We'll take the strobe off. Oh, different switches here. Just getting my head around that. It's a little bit different. Like the startup sound. T's and P's. Oh, yeah, something I found before. Again, anyone who uses track IR with this knows of a way. I find that the track IR moves around quite a bit. It's a bit strange to get used to. It kind of swims a little bit, which I'm not used to. Okay, temps are looking good. Fuel flow is good. Fuel is fine. Oil pressure is fine. We have got that on. So, okay. Let's see if we can dial up the Southampton VOR. I'm not sure what the frequency is in here, but let's give it a try. And I've not used. It's been a long time since I've used this type of GPS as well. So let's have a look. Is this how we do it? What am I looking for? 113.35. Oh, stop moving. Yeah, Dane Com, you idiot. What a fool. What a fool. So the first thing is I'm having real difficulty, and this is my fault and not Xplane, trying to dial in frequencies with track IR on. Okay, that's good. So that's come alive. When we take off, we are going to want the 244. And it would of course be the 244 radial from. I can hear something starting up. Sounds pretty cool. Where's that? Is that the helicopter? That's pretty amazing. Very atmospheric. Okay, so the only other frequency we want is the Bournemouth MDB. Oh, that is swimming. Right. 339. Making a complete pig's ear of this. Yeah, note to self, sort out your views for doing this kind of thing. Just check that, check, yeah, and plonk that across. There we go. So hopefully when we are airborne, or when we're down near Bournemouth anyway, we should start to pick up that, and we'll use that for our second part of the nav to get to Compton Abbas. Right. Sorry about that. I am swimming around a lot with these views. Whoa! Just had a truck drive through us. It suddenly occurred to me, I've no idea what the weather is. Do we have anything for weather? I'm sure again we do, and this is down to my complete noobness on this simulator, but there must be some way of viewing the weather, or perhaps you meant to dial up the ATIS. And I have no idea. Is there something there? I wonder. Okay, so he's going that way, so we must be using that direction. I've got to see this. Is he off a taxi? He's behind the trees. Let's get going. I want to catch up with him, and I'm sorry for the view swimming around like this. I'm just not sure how we get round that. Right, let's lean the engine as well. Should have done that some time ago. Try and fit through here, crash into that. Wow. Okay, so first thing I'm also noticing, on P3D I have all my controls set up through FSU IPC. On this I haven't done any kind of, apart from setting up the axes, I've done nothing in the way of, excuse me, putting in curves or anything like that. The rudder is incredibly sensitive, so I just need to get my head around that. Nothing coming there. Let's take a look down here. There goes the chopper, look at that! And there's even some sort of exhaust gases coming out of it. That's pretty cool. You got to remember, this is stock. This is straight out the box. To do is, until I've figured out how to get this to work, I just need to keep centering it using the tracker center button. Okay, let's just hold her there. Do a quick run up. So mixture rich, prop full forward. Oh, it has got a prop. What am I talking about? This is the 172. Okay, and let's have the landing light on as we're about to go in. Strobe on. Let's do a quick mag check. All good, happy with that. Okay, nothing on the approach. Center that track R again, because it's look at that, there's some sort of airport vehicle over there with flashing lights. This is very atmospheric, there's a lot of life to it. Yeah, that rudder is savage on the ground. I've got differential braking set up using my Cytec pedals. Okay, quick look around, everything is looking good. I don't know what the temperature the altimeter setting is, so I'm just going to pretty much zero that there. Okay, good. Right, let's aviate. What's the cheesy pilot said? Yeah, very sensitive rudder. Beautifully fluid, I have to say. Look at the bumps in the runway. She's showing different elevations. It's not bad. It's not as real as the Orbex one, but it's pretty damn good for straight out the box. Look at that. That's amazing. Considering, as I say, that this is out of the box. It's got the railway depot. Right, concentrate on the flying fella. Dispense with the landing lights there. amazing. It is. I've got my settings on pretty high, and it's not bothering with it at all. It's quite happily coping with that. Yeah. There's the M3. Look at the traffic on the M3. Again, that's so smooth. Wow. The only issue I'm really kind of seeing, and I had it on the test flight that I did before, was, I don't know if you can see, but the cloud is flickering. I don't know if that's coming across. Yeah, maybe that's just a feature of Xplane. Again, if you've seen this before, if there's something I should be doing, feel free to put a comment below. So we're now just going to slowly intercept the radial. That will take us to Bournemouth. Southampton docks. It's incredibly fluid. It's so smooth. I mean, I love P3D, and with all the add-ons, it's very pretty. But this is lovely and smooth. I don't know what it would be like once you loaded Orbex into it or anything like that, but the aircraft feels beautiful as well. Now, I have not got, my little Cytec trim wheel doesn't seem to work with this, so I've suddenly realised I've got no trim setting. Oh, is it on the stick? Yeah, there we go. The little default one on the stick there, so let's just put in a bit of trim. Feel for that. Let's see if we can get some outside views. What do we got? Nothing. Okay. Let's see if, because I haven't got this window selected. Let's try. Oh, we didn't want. There we go. Nice. Yeah, nice view of a car park there. Okay, there's a grand. Hello. Wow. Listen to that sound. That sound is absolutely spot on. Love it. What's this one? That's pretty cool. Oh, I like that. The cinematic slip as I fly away. That's when we come back. It's kind of distancing itself. Oh no, it's coming back. Well, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. So some nice effects there. Now how do I get back to where I was? Okay, let's stop messing about and get back on track. So again, it's not chase plane, but it's pretty good, and I like that kind of cinematic style. We saw in a couple of those. Let's remember to try and fly this properly. Worried about leaning too much at this height. On course now for Bournemouth. I was going to use a little nav map for this, but it didn't seem to be working. Again, probably my fault. Can't see, it's not connecting up. But who needs a nav map when you've got good old-fashioned VORs? I kind of like there's a haze again. I guess that's because we're in an interior view maybe, but it kind of adds some realism to it. I'm not sure I'd like it all the time, but it certainly adds, instead of that kind of crystal clear fake clarity, this is adding a little bit of atmospheric haze to it, which isn't bad. Ground textures throughout the box, not bad. Textures on the wing are nice. And this is stock. I will say right now, it's not like the A2A 172 P3D, and then it's not meant to be. This is a stock aircraft, and I don't spend much time with the P3D stock aircraft, but I've got to say, from memory, I think this is probably a lot nicer than anything I've seen in there. So the graphics seem a bit crisper. Should stop waffling and concentrate on flying. Talking so much and messing about, I keep shooting through the radio. I like the shadows, they're pretty nice. Shadows on the aircraft. And the texture there, again, this is stock aircraft, that's not bad. I'm impressed, I like it. I know a lot of people who run both. They run both P3D and Xplane, and I totally understand why. There is a beautiful fluidity to this, and it feels the flight feeling. How can I describe it? How the aircraft sits in the air feels really good, is what I'm trying to say. Let's get some speed on. So, one thing I should just correct from what I said earlier, I haven't flown this route in the Mustang video, not the true route. In the Mustang video I took off from Goodwood, which I tend to like to use as a warbird base. So the difference with this route is we're taking off from Southampton International, and we're not going to do a kind of flyby over the Isle of Wight. We're just going straight down to Bournemouth, and there we have Bournemouth on the nose. just so I got this in my head, once we depart Bournemouth, we need to, yeah, DB needs to be 316, that's kind of where we need the needle to be. Reciprocal. So let's lose some height. Don't think. No, I haven't set up flaps yet. So do you know what? Let's be crazy. Set up flaps now, because otherwise it's probably going to be a pain. So joystick. Let's have a look. Which one was it? Bear with me. I think it was this quadrant and button 1. There we go. So we'll set that as flaps. Nice little search. I like. Flaps up a notch. Apply. So that's flaps up a notch. This is riveting for you, isn't it? And flaps down notch, flaps up a notch. Brilliant, look at that. Amazing. We now have flappage. This stock scenery is just wonderful. I think with the combined with the haze, it's very clever because it gives it quite a kind of a rich, realistic feel. I think I'd probably certainly be a lot happier flying this out of the box than I would P3D, but again, maybe that's because I'm used to P3D absolutely orbex to the hilt. Checks. I would also assign a button to that landing light because, especially with track IR, it's very, very fiddly. Doing a standard approach here, but get us down nonetheless. Flying the Spitfire too much. Vicious bite from the flaps then. Remember to anticipate that next time. So coming in a little bit high. Raise the flaps. I love how the runways undulate. That's really quite cool. Airborne. Hello Bournemouth. There's that TriStar. Wow. My airline recognition isn't particularly good. Okay, what's our NDB doing? So, what did we say? 1316. Let's turn off the landing light. To do is get that NDB so that the end of the arrow is heading 316, and that will get us to Compton Abbas. Okay, let's see a bit of trim. Cloud flickering. A bit more concentration required on the nav with this one. I keep going to press the P3D buttons. On the flying, old boy. Okay. Now this feels a little bit like so I've got nav map up. I'm not being tracked, so I'm just trying to get a bearing of the map. Where we are. I'm not seeing UGHA on there. It might be tucked in there. Near the right direction. And I wonder if that's because this ADF is not the right station. Let's get back over here. Where's that lake? See where we are in relation to the Southampton VOR. It was quite good. There we go. Okay. Gives me an idea. Let's see if we can pop into here. There we go. Right. Okay. So we've gained a heck of a lot of height. Let's just reset everything. Back out on the zoom. Yeah. So, I don't know what frequency I have got on the NDB, but it certainly isn't Bournemouth. So that was actually taking us in the wrong direction. Showing. Love that flyby. Okay, let's have a look for Compton Abbas. Problem with that NDB is I've probably got the P3D frequency dialed in, and that must be something else nearby. It's definitely picking up something, but it wasn't Southampton, Bournemouth, sorry. Compton Abbas, you're around here somewhere. Used to the Orbex one in P3D, so it's not jumping out, but we will find it. considering this is straight out of the box, this is very, very good. Oh, there it is. Oh, cool. So again, considering it's out of the box, ground buildings are pretty good. My local Blackbush, I was really impressed with, not necessarily the buildings being 100% photo correct, but the size and positioning of the buildings was actually very good. And that isn't bad really at all. You've got to remember, this is out of the box. This is all the airports in the world mapped. So they've done a damn good job. Remember, Rob, you're not in your Spitfire, don't be a fool. Stick your head out the window, you get an effect. Right, let's have a notch of flaps. Wrong button, you're not in P3D. Yeah, that is interesting. When you lower the flaps, it's quite savage. Just remember to anticipate that a bit better. It's amazing when you're used to using controls in a certain way, and you suddenly have something different. You, like now, I've completely cocked that up. I'm way too far flapping around trying to find controls. People of Compton Abbas. There we go. We forgot to put the landing lights on. The CFI at Compton Abbas is now cringing. His lack of basic airmanship skills. So the flaps all the way up now, please. Go. Right. Get that view right. That's better. Let's have the brake on. That works differently in here. There we go. We've got to release the brakes to be able to get that to work. So let's have strobe off. And nav off. Beacon off. lean while we're sitting around doing this. Avionics off. Burst. Oh, good. So there you have it. Yeah, certainly interesting flying an aircraft, no matter how you might feel familiar with it in P3D, transitioning over different controls, different physics. I love the physics in Xplane, I have to say. But this is really nice. I keep saying it, this is stock. Beautiful stock aircraft. Textures are great. Controls are good. Cockpit is good. What can I say? Why the hell didn't I get this a long time ago? So thanks for coming along. We'll have some Xplane videos in the future, no doubt. Thanks again to Spark Smudge. And I will see you on the channel soon.